Taruk. On any given night in our city, up to 2,000 young people are homeless. Shelters across Toronto are there to help those in need, and that includes Youth Without Shelter, a facility in Etobicoke that provides everything from emergency housing to educational and employment programs. It also runs a program called Tokens4Change that educates hundreds of students about youth homelessness, and it ends with a day of art, activism, and fundraising across the city. I had a chance to catch up with students at Havergal College rehearsing their Tokens4Change performance.
You have that uncomfortable conversation of, yes, we see this happening.
It starts with a conversation about homelessness.
Maybe if you're homeless, then you don't have an OHIP card, and if you try and apply for an OHIP card, where is the address going to be? And there's like a lot of these problems.
And I think people in their minds just like think that usually when someone's living on the streets that it's their fault and that they've done something wrong, and we have all these stereotypes and just like the way homeless people are often perceived.
That conversation turns into this.
Change is coming and it's worth the fight. Gotta open our eyes, can't just dream.
Then this.
Without darkness we can't make light, and without light we can't see.
And finally, this.
Change is coming and it's worth the fight. Gotta open our eyes, can't just dream.
Students from Havergal College are among the more than 600 students and volunteers who fan out across TTC stations for one day and for one reason: to use art to raise awareness of youth homelessness.
I definitely don't always take the time to think about really all the things that I have that a ton of like people my age, even living in Toronto, don't have. So I think it's really just, made me aware of that.
Tokens4Change is a year-long program run by Youth Without Shelter. Call it a house of support for young people experiencing homelessness, based in Etobicoke.
We're actually created by a group of guidance counselors and teachers 30 years ago who recognized that youth in the suburbs in the West End didn't have a safe place to call home.
More than 2/3 of the youth they serve have faced abuse, and many have experienced multiple episodes of homelessness before the age of 16. Youth Without Shelter goes beyond providing emergency housing. They also offer life skills and education services, but providing a safe space is their first priority.
We focus on building that relationship with each youth who arrives at Youth Without Shelter and that level of trust with their case manager. And we do a lot of listening because we truly believe each one of those youth has tremendous strengths that they're bringing to the table, and we work with them to identify those strengths and the goals and take them to move to independent living.
I actually started to feel like it was a second home to me.
Zip turned to the shelter after experiencing conflict with his mom. He was able to access training to help him find work and a new support system.
My first opinion on shelters were, oh, this is this. They put you there, they don't care. When I got there, I was like mind blown. It was the total opposite. They're actually there for you. They understand that you're here for a reason, and they want another reason for you to get out and be a successful person. So me being there helped me mature a lot and understand that you can take anything negative and you can actually make it positive. I've heard people say that and I never believed them until I actually came there.
How important is it to you to have the support from a place like Youth Without Shelter, especially at this stage in your life?
The support is very necessary because when you first walk in, you feel like, well, where I came from, they don't support me no more. So it's kind of like you're on the edge, but really you're not.
Tokens4Change is all about that one small gesture that can change a life. So a token is a small gesture, and through Tokens4Change, your action through donating or even being aware of what youth homelessness is about can change a life. And that's our message throughout the day is one youth, one step. It's all about the process.
A message hundreds of students hope to send to average Torontonians on their morning commute.
If they're able to rush by and see what we're doing and think it seems really important and something that I want to know more about, then I think once you know something, you can't really know it, can't shake it.
A show of support from students fortunate to have a place to call home, and a gesture not lost on those who may not.
It just shows that they're grateful and they know that what they have, that they're grateful for, and others, they wish that could have the same as what they have. And it's kind of like a unity. So it's like you have support everywhere you go. So there's no way you can feel alone. So I admire that.
And if you want more information on Youth Without Shelter and its services, you can check out their website, yws.on.ca.